Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Yeah, me and my fiance, we're about $1 million in debt right now, and we most of it's student loan debt, but we still have $1 million. We just don't know how to really tackle it.
Oh my goodness!
What type of degrees did you guys have?
Yeah,
we're both dentists, so I guess that's a good thing, kinda.
Yeah.
I can tell you're fired up by that. Bless your heart.
Yes.
Are you making money? Like, what are you guys making every year?
So what we're told when we go into this is we'll be able to pay it off. Don't worry.
That's right.
We make about probably average 170 a year.
That's what you guys are actually paying yourself?
Yes.
And
before taxes.
Oh
about
my gosh, 170 gross. And are you separate practices?
We are currently, but we're probably going to group in together and just try to grow, I guess.
Did you say 170 each or combined?
Each.
Okay.
170 gross each. That's not bad.
Yeah. And you're living in, San Jose is expensive.
Yeah.
That's an expensive part of the country.
What is your debt? Break it down for Jade. Let's go you first. You're the one on the phone, and you're not married yet. So what's your debt?
About, 450,000 right now in all student loan.
Okay, and no other debt.
Luckily, we're both pretty good on that side.
Okay, pretty good or good?
Good.
Okay.
How long have you been practicing?
About a year now. We just came out of school. It's just kind of a nervous thing to be $1 million in debt.
And how?
Soon in our
No. Listen, brother, this is real, and this makes me so mad on your behalf. Not mad at you, but people are just selling this, and now you're facing it. It's like staring down the barrel of a gun right now. I can feel it all over you. And well, here's the thing I'm asking about. You're only a year into this. Based on, I don't know if they teach you any business skills. Probably not. But do you have any?
Unfortunately, they don't.
They don't. Any sense of how big your practice is in its first year? Are you small for first year? Are you medium sized? Do you have any sense of that?
I would say we're probably small, getting to medium. Hopefully by the end of this bill. So
do you know any dentists at all that are very successful? Huh?
Yes, I do.
Are you in contact with them on a regular basis to go, how did you grow your business?
No.
You need to be.
I'm not.
You need to be. Mm-hmm. I'm not kidding you. Jay's going to give you some financial advice, but I was leading you this because let me tell you something. They don't teach you how to run a business. They teach you how to take care of teeth. But taking care of teeth is not enough to be a successful dentist. You have got to know how to get people in the chair.
Yeah, that's right.
And I want you on the phone. I'm going to give you as a gift of mine, Christian, at the end of this call, I want to give him the proximity principle. It's worth a quick read. You can get the audiobook if you want that. We'll give you whatever version you want. But I want you to be in touch with successful dentists, and I mean successful. And I want you telling them, I need your best advice. What would you say to me where I'm at right now about growing my business? And try to replicate this with 2 or 3 other successful dentists. Get all that feedback in one bucket and start doing it. Because the quicker you grow this business, the more you can pay yourself. And the more you pay yourself, the easier it is to do what Jade's going to tell you. I just wanted to give you that. You've got to be like, and she's got to be the same way. If you guys combine practices, this can't be like, we're married and we have to, no. You both are like, you're the most, I don't want to say desperate dentist we've ever seen, but it's like, you got to get creative in the community and be competitive so that everybody's coming to you to get their teeth cleaned.
Okay, can I ask a question? And this is both to Ken and you, Jeff. So you come out of dental school, you've got all the goods to be able to practice. Are you working for someone else or you started your own thing?
I'm working for someone else, but we're working on a contract to hopefully partner. Ideally.
And is that going to cause you to have to go into more debt? Because that's what I'm trying to get a sense of what your next plan is, because I don't want you to go into more debt.
And that's why we're trying to hold off. No,
bro. Okay,
more debt.
No,
you
no.
can't. You got
practice.
No, you got to do your own practice, man. I thought that's what we were talking about. You can't go into debt. It's not worth it.
No, like you got to work for someone else until you can afford to do whatever the next step is.
Is your income fixed though? After all that big speech I gave, is your income fixed, or are you able to go recruit new patients and get some of that?
No, not fixed.
So you can. So you can benefit from hustling, like I told you to do.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Okay, that's good news.
That's all I was trying to get at. And I don't want you to go into any more debt until this is cleaned up. Because again, what you're realizing now is true. Yes, you have agency over this, but there's no guarantees. And there's no guarantees at how quickly this will go. And so going into further debt, I would not advise that. Looking at the numbers, the hard part for me is you are in an expensive area. What are you paying? Like, what's the housing situation? Are you renting? Do you own a place? What is it?
We're gonna be owners because it almost doesn't make sense to rent because then we're just throwing that.
That's not
away
true.
From the math.
What are you doing right now?
Okay.
What's the situation now?
About $4,500 a month
for your place, or are you guys together already?
Together.
You're already together.
It'll be $4,500. Yep.
Okay.
To rent, but to buy it's the same.
Yes, but you're going into debt to get it. You're adding more debt to your name.
We will be, yes.
And you're tied to that. Like you got to pay it, and now you're adding expenses to your life as well. Okay. You can't afford to do that. You need to be living as cheaply as possible. And if it's the same price per month, it's not really the same price because your complex or whatever is paying for yard and garbage and all those things. So I don't want to add weight to you of having to replace an AC or having to replace a roof or having to, you see what I'm saying? So that's it, or adding insurance, all that stuff is really expensive. And so I would continue to rent. You're not throwing money down the drain. You are buying yourself time until you can truly afford to buy. So please promise me, your homework coming off this call is to promise me that you won't go into debt into this practice right now, and that you will not buy a home right now, because that would add insult to injury.
And I'm going to throw in here, I'm going to challenge you to get a much, much better rent situation. Just try. Find a place over an old lady's garage. I say that all the time, but I'm telling you, I don't think guys should be paying anywhere near $4,500 a month. Not now. You guys are so broke.
Yeah.
You need to be. Yeah. You almost need to be staying in a place where they're paying you.
Jeff, you're gonna have to fight. Jeff, you're gonna have to fight hard, because the truth is, you guys have got these shiny degrees. You're in a great profession where there's the potential to make a lot of money, and the people around you, probably the people that you're working with, they're coming in with their Tahoes and their Cadillacs and their Teslas, and they get expensive salads and juices for lunch. You don't do that. You eat lean cuisine and you drive a Ford Taurus. And
I would prescribe a lot of fasting for this couple. It's the new craze. It's a biblical principle, and I think it's got some financial advantages here. Y'all need to try fasting 3 days at a time. You're gonna look great, but you can't even afford to buy cold cuts.
Yeah.
Carl Budding. Do you remember? I don't know. Listen, Jeff, great. I don't know if you remember when I was coming up. Yeah. The cheapest cold cuts you could buy were called.
We're older than these youngsters.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, Jeff, listen, you have got to reduce your living expenses right now. That's one of the biggest raises that you could give yourself. Mm-hmm. So I'd be, as soon as this rental term is up or whatever's going on, I would be looking to slash those costs. I mean, big time. Even if I got to drive a ways at this point, I'd rather pay gas. Y'all ride together. It's called public transportation. Everything's on the table now, right, Jay?
Everything. You get you a bus pass, it's on and popping.
It's the truth, man.
It is.
It's like, and by the way, you're brown bagging it and you're recycling the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That thing's going to be all crinkled and wrinkled.
You rinse out the Ziploc bag and you got to dry it out and use it again.
Yeah, like y'all put the whoa in broke. I mean, yikes. This is The Ramsey Show.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.